Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Galaxy. Last time, we're done. We're finally done, at least for now. But we did Insectron for the third episode in a row. Fourth if you count catching all the bugs. And yes, the Insectron stuff eats up a lot of time. So does the factory. We've been doing this for almost 2 weeks now. Let's get back to actually playing the video game. By playing the video game, I don't really want to play. Let's go take a holiday on Alistia. This has become available as soon as you finish off the first of any dungeon. It doesn't matter which one. Get your first key piece in Chapter 8. The ship looks golden. Got 2 sets of rings. Don't ask me why. And to be honest, I can't remember how exactly rings work. I don't know if you can have them oriented like that, or if it doesn't make sense physically, but I don't recall, so who knows. Instead of that, let's have fun on this planet that's almost entirely made of water. So of course we fly right over one of the towns and disrupt all the people. And then land in the water. Couldn't we have landed in the water without going over top of somebody's house? Maybe we're just assholes. Well, that was anticlimactic. Look how excited everyone is. Let's talk to some people. Short break and then back to business. No, I already talked to you. I want to talk to the cat. All thanks to Jenna. Yeah. You like to suck up. We get it. Got work to do. Yeah, well, it's going to take me forever to do all that stuff, so that's fine. Vacation. We can always use more vacations. Well, I guess it's not like there was a whole lot of water, but it was like being a jungle planet, I guess it would have like higher rainfall, so the moisture would probably be the same. I guess. And there was a river that went through your village. Are you skulking in the corner still? Yeah, I'm not really trusting you right now. I'm seeing who you've called. I guess they would import all the seafood from here. Oh, that's right, you were married. This is the issue that I made a mistake of, and I just missed the fact that he said something early on and then got confused when they were conflating his marriage that he thought he was going to lose with the job that he already lost. Yeah, they don't really explain much about his wife, to be quite honest. All right, anything else? Have we talked to all the party members? There's 3 here, and there was 3 up here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we've talked to everybody. I guess I probably should have just gone out the door, but I think this is a little bit faster. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right. Hey, hello. I don't remember this song from the initial time I played this game. When I got here in my test run, I was like, did I even do this when I was younger? I think I did. I just, for some reason, forgot every part of this area. There were certain things that rang familiar later on in this area, but the music just, it never clicked with me. It's not something that I was ever reminded of. As you can see, we've already had 2 different songs. Treasure chest. We get a sock. Looking for a souvenir. What do we have here? Is this the right shop? You have, do you have what I'm looking for? I am looking for, let's see, do you have it? No, you do not. They've got some shields if you want some shields. I am looking for depth charges, but I am not seeing them, so I'm guessing it's a different shop. Yeah, it must be a different shop. That's fine. Hey, look, I found a save point, followed by another save point. What do you say? Can't go in there. Well, okay, fine. Be that way. This place is definitely relaxing. Oh yeah, one of my notes for this area is, let's see, land, and then go into your items, and go into look at your bugs, and feed your bugs. I will get onto the other things that I would like to do with regards to the rest of the area in a few minutes here, but let's work on some stats here. I want poison resistance. I should probably have that extra image that I have up, but I do not, so 1 second. And poison resistance is the ultra spicy pepper. It's your lowest resistance, so we'll do that for you. I could just give everybody HP, but we'll start working on some of their resistances here as well. Looks like you could use the same. And you, I'm going to give defense to. Like I said, for the most part, I'll be doing this off screen, but basically the idea is that you want to always be working on it. So I want to at least mention that I'm going to be coming in here a lot, just to kind of keep it in your head that, yeah, as you can see, level 5, we've already maxed out our strength stat and our cut resistance. Still doesn't mean his cut attack hits anything, but oh well. Let's see. I am going to feed you the Yago milk, which is going to up a bunch of your stats there. Though it's probably not the most effective now because I don't gain anything to his cut resistance, so I should probably use something else. I'll probably work on his explosion resistance or maybe his HP. But anyway, do something and then make sure you go in there and you take a look and feed them some stuff. No. Look like everybody else here. We've got another shield there. I believe that's another elemental shield. Trying to make sure you find all the treasure in this area is somewhat difficult just because, like, you can see how the area is laid out. There's a lot of things blocking your vision. Far more beautiful before we started letting tourists... Okay, so you don't like me. That's fair enough. This place is kind of cool. I'm not gonna argue. Reminds me of... that's an important treasure chest, by the way. Definitely gonna want that for later. In the middle of an important discussion. Can't allow you to go any further. But what if I just walk this way? I guess you're not gonna protect me from or prevent me from doing anything. We have Sleegs who dwell on the land and Mermels who live in the ocean. Interesting.
Enough already, Fritz. Is that why you've called everyone here?
It's true that the Mermel have been at war with us Sleegs, but because Datron's lab has polluted the oceans, Nina's all that's left of the Mermel race. Why shouldn't we reach out to her? After all, we're the ones who made her an outcast, causing her to leave her village and be kidnapped by Datron.
That's all well and good, but why should we be fighting for the Mermel race?
Just because you're the one who found her washed up on the beach.
She's just a Mermel. You've been deceived.
Stop bad-mouthing Nina. We're all fellow Alistians, aren't we? What's happened to your sense of justice?
Look who's talking. A fool taken in by a woman. Hey, Joust, am I right or what?
Huh? I don't much care either way about these Mermals. But Datron's the one who dirtied our waters. It's not in me to stand by and just let him do it. I'm out of here. Time to smash their lab to pieces.
Thank you, Joust. I knew I could count on you.
I'm not doing this for you.
Well, we're coming with you. All those in favor, raise your hands. And you say you're proud to be Sleegs.
Same as always. Never could read a room, could you?
But
Come on. I like that, Nina. Hope she's all right.
What's going on?
Sounds like they're rescuing some kidnapped friend of theirs, and they're headed for Datron's lab.
That's crazy.
who are you?
Oh,
You must have come from another planet. So you heard all that, huh?
are you two seriously going?
We'll take our chances.
We'll cross the shallows and head for Datron's research labs. We've got to save Nina.
Yeah?
Wait a sec. Why are you getting all excited?
It's Datron. How can we pass this up?
Right.
And why not?
Look, that's nice of you, but this is our problem. We don't need any help from outsiders.
Datron's no pushover, you know. Wouldn't you be better off with more allies?
Yeah, we won't slow you down.
I said no, all right? Come on, Fritz.
Hey, Joust, wait up!
Jester, we have to help them.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Are you sure we're pirates?
No, 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 no! The Enigma Gem! The Enigma Gem is missing!
What? No Enigma Gem? No teleport? What are we gonna do?
Are you sure? Did you look for it? Of course I'm sure!
What's going on?
Could Fritz and Joust have taken it to trade for Nina?
No way! They would never! We've got to search some more. Come on!
Now things are getting interesting.
Well, they've dumped a lot on us all at once. They have some really bad dialogue to establish what's going on, saying something that no human or other species would ever say in a way that they would never say it. And then, all of a sudden, guess who's back? Crispin Freeman's back. He's back from the dead. This time he's a shark. Kind of badass. And yes, the Enigma Gem has been stolen. Diablo 2 jokes, teleport, yada, 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 yada. Anyway, so that's gone. So let us continue rolling around here and see if we can find the remaining treasure chests. There aren't any over here, so I don't know why I'm over here. Jumping out into the water accomplishes nothing. There is nothing out over there. So instead, let's make our way in the only place that we didn't go. And you would think that that would be up here because it was blocked off earlier. But no, we can actually go up here. So we can head all the way there on foot. There are some stairs here that we kind of ignored by moving around them. Fritz is always getting all worked up. Gotcha. So let's go grab the other treasure chest. So let's see. We picked up 1, 2, and I think we picked up a third one. Anyway, this one requires the sun key. That one requires some heal maxes. So the Mermal race died out due to pollution. Or mostly died out, since we seem to have talked about someone who was part of their race. I'm looking the other way. Thank you, video game. Get some alloy that I think I'm all full on at this point. Let's see. I got those, got those, got those. Okay, so we got all of the treasure that's right here in town. Now we can make our way out over this way. Oh, by the way, bugs. Not quite yet, quite close. But yeah, basically, watch a cutscene. You know, show up here, feed the bugs. Watch a cutscene, feed the bugs. Explore the town, feed the bugs. Go over here. We'll eventually get to a place where we can fight battles. Fight a few battles, feed the bugs. That's basically the plan going forward. I actually wrote that in my notes. I was like, that's pretty much all we're going to do for a while, is do stuff and then feed the bugs. We press the X button on that, even though it's not really all that apparent that that's what we need to do, but we do that and it lets us in here. We get some more sun spheres that we don't really need, but yeah, I got a lot of rare drops when I was looking for other items earlier in the game. Earlier in this chapter, rather, when I was trying to get other drops, and I ended up getting nothing but ceiling sun spheres, and I figured, okay, I'll go with it because it took me a while to get all the ones I needed in my test run. Well, I have far more than I need this time around. And here is the last treasure chest of this section of the area, and we have battles again already. What we got here? I do not like these guys. The enemies here are about on par with what you would find anywhere else in Chapter 8. They're this way? Oh, there they are. They're hiding. They have a lot of health. They have a lot of HP. And as soon as they decide to go back underground, then you can't damage them anymore. Which is kind of tedious. All right, we maxed out a sword. There's no particular order that you want to work on stuff. Just work on anything and everything. We have a lot of things to work on. It doesn't really matter. Try and work on something different. Like, don't just do like all the Alexanders at once and all of the Spirit Calibers at once. Try and pick randomly, because with the Ixion here, we need to combine it with a Blizzard Edge, which I already have maxed out. And the next one will actually be the Phantom Slayer that I'm equipping. Which, yeah, I'm equipping it, so it's not there. Meh. And what do I pair it with last? The last thing that you pair this with is an item that we get from the Insectron tournament later on. I will be going over alternative weapons to pair if you don't plan on doing Insectron, so don't worry about that. I'll just talk about them when I actually do the combining. The other characters need new weapons, I believe. Okay, did that and fed the bugs. Grab our mirror unit and let's head across the... Well, it doesn't look rickety, but let's head across the bridge. The Nalvisa Seaway. For some reason, this reminds me of Final Fantasy XII and Nalbina. I think it's just because you don't often see words starting with N that flow this way, but who knows? What else do we have here? We should have some treasure over here. And a challenge battle that I don't really need to worry about. Now, here's an interesting note about a lot of the, or not a lot of the enemies, but Clapper in particular. is an enemy in this area that starts out targetable, but can actually close its shell around itself, meaning you'll have to jump on it in order to loosen them up. Also, the enemies here, let's see, I think it's, yeah, 5 of the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 enemies in this area are weak to lightning. A couple of them are weak to ice, a couple of them are weak to wind, a couple of them are weak to nothing. If you have a character who happens to have an attack that is lightning based, you'll probably get some use out of it here. In my case, we're going to go for a star charm here. And I think this Chaddith enemy is relatively rare, the one of the trees there. They never seem to show up on their own. I don't care about the challenge. I'm already past needing any of the hunter's coins, so it doesn't matter to me. But just kind of keep that in mind. If you run into them, you probably want to kill them. You may even want to bring in somebody else there. Lilica, words are very difficult today. Let's go grab this treasure chest and grab an ice shield. There should be one more. There it is. Grab this. And a Pinnacus? Sure. I think that's a name I've seen before. Of course, I'm scrolling to a different part of my walkthrough now. All right, we have more new enemies. Deathwing. Let's go this way. Ow. There we go. And this guy in particular is one of the few enemies I actually care about drops in this area, the Cull Jelly. He has a chance of dropping the Nebulodon egg. Anyone else around here can drop things, but they're all things that I have already completed. But if you want a complete list, you can check out the walkthrough linked in the description. That'll go over each individual item if you're so inclined to go after each individual item. All right. I do like this area. Oh, we've got another challenge already. Yeah, these guys are hard to hit. I was hoping I could hit them a little better from up top there. But we'll use our gun here. And we actually won that challenge. And I got an egg. Perfect. Okay, we're back. I have no idea what I was talking about because in between that and all I was supposed to do was swap out a party member. I ended up working out with my nephew for a few minutes. I had to deal with trying to... Oh, just so many things. I'm not even going to go over it all. It was a good half an hour break from recording. We'll just put it that way. All the things. Everything comes up all at the same time. All right, Missile Squall. Do your stuff, Simon. Go get try resurrection. What do you say? Is this a Final Fantasy VI reference? Oh yeah, we are chasing people, aren't we? We should probably do that. Let's see. I think there is treasure up here if I'm reading my map correctly. There it is. There's another egg. Yeah, I have to go and do some of the flow stuff, and that's gonna take a while. I'm probably gonna do a speed up of the flow at some point, just so I can go over a lot of the stuff that I'm working on without spending forever doing it. Oh, gun's out of ammo again. You just gonna stand there? I won that challenge. Go figure. All right. So yeah, this area is just a big old, beach, basically. Which is fine. We haven't had this type of scenery before. Hello. What are you up to? Yeah, not really. All right. So yeah, like I said, if these guys end up closing their shells, you just have to jump on them like you have any of the hopper enemies or whatever else they are. See, you can jump on them and it has that effect. See the one over there? Gotta jump on that one. Let's have you go for Desert Wind, since I was almost out of stamina anyway. All right. And here's another treasure chest. Let's grab this one. A lupine launcher. More of these guys. This time we'll go for Star Charm, Illusion Sword. As you can see, there are multiple different ways to go through combat at this point. We don't just have to either instantly win or, you know, just whack away without any buffs. We can do kind of a mixture of everything. It gives it a little more variety. This guy should sell what I am looking for. We can buy Tri-Resurrections if you so need those. I think I'm good for now on most of these things. I am going to pick up some more of those. Stealth pills are here if you need them. We need one depth charger. How is that coming soon? That must show up later due to the plot and not later due to the factory, because there's a number of the things that said coming soon earlier in the game that I thought was due to, or maybe it's in production is what indicates items from the factory. Because yeah, we only have 3 items left and Stellar Dreambow is not one of them. What are you up to? Passed through here a long time ago. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to catch up with them. We got more of these guys. There are some enemies that you're only gonna find. I was gonna heal, but I don't need to. There's a save point upcoming. There are some enemy types that you're going to see a lot in this area, and some that you're almost never gonna see. Some of them like only appear at the start and at the end of the area. All right, so her shoes are leveled up, so that's nice. What does this say? Beast warning. Avoid consumption of alcohol in this area. Alcohol made me think about what I need to feed the bugs. So we did that. All right, 2 more treasures. We get some more tri-heals. This one is rigged with a trap, which is a thief's trap. And we get whatever the bloody hell those were. Words are hard. I'm pretty sure those are for you. Maybe I'm wrong? Nope, they are indeed for you. We'll work on those in a bit. Everyone's still got something to work on. The draw distance isn't spectacular, but in general, scenery's pretty good. All right, we've seen enough of these guys. All we're running into right now. Let's fight something else. All right, so let's sneak through this way. You'll notice that we've missed an area that we could have gone to. Not the area I thought I was in. Of course, the one battle that's actually full of new enemies, and I decided to cut it out. What can you do? All right, we're gonna sneak down this way. That battle was just more clappers. I have no contention about cutting that battle out. Star earrings, if you still need those. Try and make this jump over here. Followed by this jump. And we find a treasure trove with 3 new items. The Spirit Chorus, the Succubus Slippers, and Excellion shards. So now we actually do have something we can equip on you. Give you some new boots. And the lupine launcher we got a little while ago there, so we can throw something like that on. New equipment to work on. Then we jump down here. And with that, we've maxed out the clappers. We don't need to fight them anymore. So you can see by the map there, we went up and around and then over and down. So now we can explore the lower side over here, so let's do that. You don't need to go kind of out of your way to try and find a lot of the map around here, because we're going to be finishing off this planet before too long and getting the map all done for us, so don't worry about that. Wait. There we go. I barely did anything in that fight, other than cast the spell, but you've got a cool color scheme. Giant bug beast appeared around here again. You should be careful. A bug beast, huh? I don't know if it's the fact that the music here is a lot more ambient than a lot of the other songs in the game, but I didn't remember these. And I've been listening to the soundtrack for, years, but for whatever reason, these songs, maybe they're not on the actual soundtrack. Maybe they're like extra songs or something, but I don't remember hearing this song all that often. So you're kind of a pacifist. You don't want any of that. More pelicans. Illusion sword makes everything faster. Go. Let's grab ourselves some more treasure. Another egg. Definitely gonna have to do that flow stuff soon. The drink will be the death of you. Especially rings true with the Seaside Terror. Honestly, that sounds like... Ow. Let's go for this. Oops, I missed. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, no, I did get it. I thought I was late. I almost never use that, so I figure I show it off once in a while. Divine protection. Alright, enough of that. Let's make our way out of here. You'll notice as we come up around the bend here that they absolutely pepper this area with save points. They are everywhere. You're not going to be far from one at any given time. And we got a cutscene.
Isn't that them there?
Hey, you still alive? I took care of them all.
Jaster!
I'm on it.
All right, we have a new enemy, the Jig Doll. The Jig Dolls are actually important as they are tied for some of the highest drop rates in the game for a number of rare items that you cannot buy in shops. I think, let's see here. Kill that. Let's go for Desert Wind there. It is, which one is it? Those anglers are pretty rare too, but where is it? Oh, there it is. So yeah, they have a high chance at the Forbidden Add-on, the Captain's Sock, and the Cursed Mask. And right on cue, there's one of them. Not that we need any of those items anymore, but they're there if you need them.
I didn't ask for your help, but I'm glad you gave it. Thanks.
Just a word of warning.
Thanks, video game.
Alone can never stand up to Datron. Let us take over from here.
I told you. This is our problem. What is it, Fritz?
They have a point, Joust. Can we really fight this fight alone?
So, you want help? From outsiders? Saving your precious little princess?
You don't have to put it that way. I'm just a little discouraged is all.
Fine. So that's that. You fight on your own time. Leave us alone.
All right, we're back. After the cutscene there, I just decided to go hit the save point and then go watch football game for a few minutes. And you can have my tears. My team plays like dog shit. Regardless, the point that I was going to make coming out of that cutscene before I got very distracted was that having like the same voice actor. Hello, Mimic. Let's take you down here. Get our buffs in. Here we go. Grab another one. Stop running away from me. There we go. But yeah, having like these higher tier famous voice actors voice multiple characters in the same show, or in this case game, it's not all that uncommon actually. It's kind of like in the 90s and the 2000s, this happened all the time. And I think it had something to do with the fact that the voice acting scene at that point was a lot smaller than it is now. There are so many high-end voice actors working in the industry right now. It's insane. Like the performances we're getting for games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and what we got in any of the Last of Us games. Like the quality of voice acting is absolutely nuts right now. My favorite example of this is something that might be familiar to many of you if you're basically like me, in your 30s and grew up watching a lot of anime. Gundam Wing was an anime that aired on TV here in Canada, and I would presume in the States as well. But it was one of those anime that had an all-star cast. And this all-star cast was reused and reused and reused all over the place. It would not be rare to have each of the main cast playing 1, 2, maybe even 3 extra random NPCs over the course of an episode. To give you an idea of what type of voice cast we're dealing with, so Scott McNeil played Piccolo in the Dragon Ball Z Ocean Studios dub. I'll circle back to that. He also played Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist, and a whole whack ton of other characters in and around that time period. Those are the kind of the two that I really know him for, because those were series that I watched a lot of when I was at around that age. But regardless, he's in there, and these are characters that are in Gundam Wing. These are the characters that get reused a lot. So we have Scott McNeil, we have Kirby Morrow. Now Kirby Morrow, he was sadly a voice actor that was very well known up here in Canada, especially on in the Vancouver area. He was on commercials and stuff for a while as well. And he's since passed away, but he played a lot of characters that you're probably familiar with if you watched anime in that time period. If you watched Vision of Escaflowne, Von Fennell, Dragon Ball Z. He played a number of characters in the Ocean Studios dub, but the Ocean Studios dub, and again, we're going to get back to that, was kind of a nightmare, and it was also kind of fantastic. He played Moroku in Inuyasha. He played Cyclops on X-Men Evolution. And he also played Mikami in Death Note. Well, I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't been that far. But he's in there. Brad Swaley. I'm terrible with names. We already know this. He played, speaking of Death Note, he played Light Yagami. He also played Teen Gohan in the Ocean Studios dub. Again, you're starting to see a pattern here. I'll get back to that. Then we had David Kaye, who is known for playing Megatron in a bunch of the 90s/2000s Transformers properties. He also played Professor X in Apocalypse and X-Men Evolution, as well as playing Bato in the Ocean Studios, again, dub of Ghost in the Shell. Played Raccoon in the Ocean Studios dub of Dragon Ball Z. Played Shishomaru in Inuyasha. And then we have one of my favorite voices I've ever heard in anime. Video games, whatever. Brian Drummond. He plays Ryuk in Death Note. He played Vegeta in the Ocean Studios dub, and they even brought him back in the Funimation dub in Dragon Ball Super to play the evil Vegeta. I'm not going to say anything else unless if you haven't watched Super or something like that, but it was really cool to see both of mostly the most well-known versions of that character. Christopher Sabat, who has always done the Vegeta voice in the Funimation dub, and Brian Drummond. Brian Drummond just has that edge to his voice. It's everything he says sounds so evil. And he plays that type of character so well. In Gundam Wing, he plays Zex Marquis, which is, I won't go into what he does, but if you know exactly what type of character you're looking at. He also played Alan from the Vision of Escaflowne, if you're familiar with that series. He's played a lot of other characters in series that I haven't watched. Scanning through his Wikipedia page, I'm seeing things like My Little Pony and Hot Wheels. Guy's all over the place doing a ton of stuff, but that voice is so great at what he does. And that's why I wanted to talk about Ocean Studios for a sec. Ocean Studios was a translation hub or a translation company up here in Canada. And they did a lot of dubbing back in the 90s and the 2000s. They did a version of Dragon Ball Z that, unless you're Canadian, you probably haven't heard. The translation is kind of a mess. They changed Goku's voice actor 3 times over the course of the series. But go back on YouTube and check out some of the comparisons, specifically with Brian Drummond as Vegeta. Now, Christopher Sabat is a great voice actor for Vegeta. He grows into the character a lot better than Brian Drummond does, but Brian Drummond at the start, through the first 2 sagas, the Frieza saga and the original Saiyan saga, look at the anger and the rage in some of the clips you'll see on YouTube. He's mastered that evil character. It's just that the character evolves out of that, and they've directed him to change it going forward, and it doesn't work out as well. Christopher Sabat in the Funimation dub, he starts off not quite as well done. It doesn't fit the character quite as much early on, but it fits it a lot better later on. It's just kind of sad that we have these 2 great voice actors playing Vegeta, and no matter how many times any of them play him, at this point, the only one I hear is Lanny. Dragon Ball Z Abridged is just basically the version that I have known for so long at this point. I am more familiar with Dragon Ball Z Abridged than I am from any other version of the Dragon Ball series. It is basically the headcanon in my brain. And to give you an idea of this, for anyone who has seen the Dragon Ball superhero movie, I'm not going to spoil anything out of the first, I don't know, 20 minutes or something like that. But in fact, it's not even really a spoiler at all. But basically, early on, there's a scene where Piccolo is in a house. Now, one of the things that the character Nail, who in the Abridged series is in Piccolo's head, bugged him about over the series was that he never had a house. So I was really happy that Piccolo finally got a house. But I kept waiting for the jokes to come where they would talk about it. Like, he was there in the dark, or well, like there was no dialogue in the scene. Nothing was happening. And I was waiting, and I was waiting, and I was waiting. But Nail never said anything. Kami never said anything. But the scene looked perfectly set up to have those two have dialogue with Piccolo. Only then, after a while, did I realize that that was an invention of the Abridged series. They didn't have that in the original dub. Those characters did not stick around in Piccolo's head. So I was waiting for a scene that was never going to happen because in my head, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is like the ultimate version of that show. And thank you for listening to my TED Talk, by the way. I don't know why I felt the need to harp on voice acting so much in the series, but it just, I don't know. I recently rewatched Cowboy Bebop, and it made me think about all the voice actors that I really enjoyed watching. More clappers. I've already fought enough of these guys. We're done with this. But like, I'd seen so much of those voice actors and heard so much of them over the years when I was originally watching. Where's my map? Thank you. When I was originally watching Cowboy Bebop. So I guess watching it again kind of gave me a reason to want to look into them again. And that just happened to coincide with me playing the test run that I had for this game. This is going to be a long episode, isn't it? I'm going to have to stop in the middle of nowhere if I want to stop at anywhere at all, really. Or just start skipping a lot more of the enemies around here. There are no items in this lower half of the area, but as you can see over there, that's what we're looking for. Datron. Yeah, to prevent this episode from going ridiculously long, because it's going to be another 5 minutes before we find a save point, I think I'm just going to call her here. We know where we're going to go. We've only just started. We actually broke onto the next scene. There's an area up here that we have yet to explore. There's nothing else down there, but we'll reveal the rest of the map and make sure we get all of the treasure. But yeah, it's all on the way to this Datron research lab to try and help out Yas and Fritz and try and save Nina. And screw over Datron in the process, because we're nothing if not trying to do multiple things at the same time. Just like me, watching the football game and complaining about it, while playing a video game and recording that. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.